Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, Dragon Family. Wow, talk about a land of technical difficulties today. I've been trying to get on for about 15 minutes and wow, my iPad will no longer let me turn it sideways and have it run sideways. It won't let me turn the camera. So I would have been sideways to you guys the whole time. So I thought, well, I might just have to go get the phone. And of course the phone is not charged. So then I had to get an extension cord and a different setup. So thanks for your patience. Hello, Britta. Hello, Annabelle. Hello, Ryan. Good to see everybody. We'll let everybody come on. Hello, Esme. So we are here. It is Thursday here in For the Love of Dragons, and I love to visit my dragon family every week. So hello, hello, dragon family. As you may notice, my pearly white dragon teeth are now totally visible and straight. Isn't that fun? Hello, Weldy. And we have had some powerful energies going on in the last week. Let me introduce myself for anybody who doesn't know me yet. I know we have some new dragons in the lair. I am Araya Anra. I am the dragon guide that got this family together. I wrote a book 11 years ago called The Dragon Within at dragonwithin.com. And it's essentially a guidebook to work with the dragons, the elementals, the intergalactics, the interdimensionals. What do the dragons have to do for us? Why are they here? Why are they ready to help humanity? And how can they help us? And how can you work directly with them? So it's a pretty powerful tool in your tool belt for the ascension journey. Hello, Hannah. Good to see you. So in addition to that, I'm a psychic medium. I'm an energy healer. I'm a life coach. And all those get pulled together to make sure you guys get closer to where you need to go on your journey home to love, your journey home to who you be. That's what my whole goal is to get as many people as possible connected to either themselves or especially those that are dragons to their dragon hearts. So here I am. We're going to talk about the energies last week real briefly. I know I mentioned it last Thursday, but this has been a pretty powerhouse week, right? We've had a lot going on. You guys have probably been feeling a lot of ups and downs. That world peace meditation that we did with the dragons and the crystal grid. Hello, Sharina. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. That meditation was an opening. It was a almost like a doorway into a new potential set of realities. So that playing field has opened up. The energy of the Arcturian dragons have showed up this week. Before that, they had been mentioned in the book. They're in the hierarchy. Hi, Crystal. Good to see you. I'm glad you're on. They're in the hierarchy. I knew they were part of it, but some of the dragons, like even the Pleiadians, didn't reveal to actually work with us. Yes, it's been an intense week, right, Esme? They didn't start to work with us actually until last year when I did the Dragonheart program, and all the Pleiadians showed up to finally share their information, what they do, their piece in it, because we haven't been ready for that frequency. There hasn't been really anybody on the planet quite ready, so they've been on a holding pattern. So now that we've entered this new doorway, all of a sudden, boom, I had Arcturians showing up in sessions this week. So that's really exciting because that means the next Dragonheart program to go through is going to bring in some of the Arcturian energy in. And as I compile the next book, all that material is coming through, and I just have to find the time to integrate it all and put it in a format that you guys can benefit from. So working on that. But these energies, how they've been playing, at least for me, one of the experiences I had at the end of the meditation was to experience, typically I experience myself in my huge dragon aspect, but there were so many dragons present and other beings, and there were thousands and thousands, and we actually were hand to hand. I saw the planet, and I saw this circle of beings hand to hand. I don't know, I still don't know what to call dragon hands. They're taloned somethings, but I use hands. Dragon hand to dragon hand all the way around. Massive beings circling the globe in every direction. So not just one circumference, but all the way around. And then from there, in the geometric formations that go out from that in the matrix. So it was really beautiful to watch. It was very significant. And it was that confirmation of something new locking into place, and boom, here we go forward. So what does that mean for us in the last week? I shared last week just briefly about that, but now you've had a whole week to feel those energies. There's a lot of power coming in. There's a lot of high frequency, a lot of high pitched tones in the ears. Maybe a couple of days of almost euphoria or so much joy in being, and then a crash landing. Because that, whoa, that new incredible frequency when it comes in, we just breathe easier. We feel lighter. We're like, oh, one step closer to home. We can feel that energy. And as the physical body tries to catch up to being able to hold that, crash landing, right? Because all of our cells are not ready for that much. They got introduced to it. Really feels beautiful, feels more like home. But then we get knocked down. And so you've probably been feeling these waves of up and down and almost in a sequence of maybe an hour of feeling great and then 10 minutes down, or 3 hours up and 7 hours down. Really sporadic, inconsistent. Just know that that is your body adjusting to these frequencies. That is your body figuring out what to do with them, how to move stuff out, because in that down crash, there's a lot of toxins that move out of the body. There's a lot that has to go straight out, but it takes time. So depending on how your body's processing, what you fueled it with, you might have to lay on the couch. Hi, Sean, good to see you. You might have to lay on the couch for a while and just let it ooze out. Lemon water, mineral Epsom salts baths, all those things are great. Walking and sweating, or doing whatever exercise makes you sweat, all of those things are great for helping you integrate into that new frequency. So that is exciting because it's launching us into a new space. So more opportunities for experiences with parallel realities, with knowing yourself in a different timeline, maybe feeling time lapses going on where it feels stretched out, maybe an hour feels like 5, and then 10 minutes go by like in an instant. Time-lapse realities, feeling back and forth on that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I knew I had to talk about it too because I know a lot of people are in it. So one of the other things I want to bring up today, and feel free if you have questions about those energies to post them here while I'm talking about it. But I wanted to, hi Lisa Dawn, good to see you. I wanted to see or talk about something that I've had an experience with 3 times now. Really beautiful, only 2 separate individuals, but flame dragons. Flame dragons now are revealing, and they're not something that we get to experience much of. They come from a realm very far away. It is their own realm where all the dragons are of flame. They're massive, they're powerful, they are almost like electric. If you could imagine, like the first one I encountered was a white flame dragon. This being was working in tandem with a blue flame dragon. So if you imagine that electric blue or that electric white, like a bolt of lightning coming in, and yet it's in what you know and recognize to be a dragon form, but it's not delineated. That's a frequency that much higher. Yes, Hannah, and here is my newest one. I got to do a dragon reading today with Hannah, and that black flame dragon was just another invitation into experiencing their realm and having those beings start to show up because they're ready to awaken to something magnificent within themselves. So they have a huge torch to carry. But it's exciting, and I wanted you to know that that's even out there. I mean, I'll tell you what, a year ago, I had never encountered a flame dragon, and I've been doing this for a long time. And so if you are seeing them around or experiencing them, just pay attention, or just know that that's a possibility. Because sometimes we don't even think it's available, high or no, as a potential, or we see something out there and we want to just definitively define it as something that we already know. Well, if you've never heard of a flame dragon or you don't know that potential is out there, you wouldn't recognize that being. So that's why I wanted to bring it up today. They are definitely like an electric sensation, with at least the white and the blue were those higher spectrum colors of the higher ends of the rainbow, with the pinks, the hot pinks, vermilion, orange, yellow, any of those that can be like that electric, shocking frequency. But this one was black with red eyes, and the sense that I got with him, I knew immediately it was flame dragon because everything around him was flame energy, and he was presenting very clearly. And so it's that with them, there's not only a super high frequency, but a real intense level of power. Just like behind a lightning bolt, right? It's intense, it's electric, but man, there's power behind it. And so it's exciting to see them, and I'm excited to see what they want to do with humanity. If there's a way for me to bring in that work in those meditations for you guys to be able to work with them. So we'll see what comes with that down the road. Anyway, those are my two things. If you guys have any questions, feel free, but I am going to just take a few minutes and do some spontaneous, let's see, I'm going to scroll down here. I know Lisa is here and Crystal is here, and they were on my list from a previous live for wanting to have a mini dragon reading. So I'm going to just tune in for you guys because you were on my list, and I'm going to honor you for being here today and always tuning in with a little mini reading. So let's see. Lisa Dawn, I'm going to start with you. And you guys know how these go. They're just a really brief, see who's working with you, what's that about. So Lisa, as I tune into your team around you, there's actually a lot of fairy energy. A lot of fairy energy around you. It's very etheric, fairy-like, you know, it's funny, I have wind chimes outside the window so I can hear them, but it's very much that same frequency of feeling this real lightness, this everywhere. And it's interesting because it's in such contrast to the field I was in earlier today with Hannah, where this Powerhouse Flame Dragon. So this ethereal fairy energy, let me tune in, and it's very interesting to see that there's, with that, it's almost like seeing, you know, Tinkerbell's fairy dust. It's almost like seeing a small dragon, and it's very small in stature, but it's like it's made of fairy dust. It's all sprinkled, scintillating, I would say is a word. So you might be feeling that scintillating sensation of tingles or tickles in your brain or your headspace quite regularly when they're trying to get your attention. It looks like there's actually 3 working as a team around you. And they're in this form right now. They do have the capacity to get much bigger, but it's almost like, you know when you see the 3 little fairy godmothers around Cinderella in the Disney film? It's very similar to that, where they're specifically coming in this tiny, petite package. Doesn't mean they're not carrying a lot of energy, but there's something in what they're doing. They're here to remind you of magic. So it is about that magical aspect, that fairy dust. They're all this silvery white scintillating color, and it's very much that they're more wispy like in the energetic. They're not a solid form like when I look at some, it's like this solid dragon sitting in front of me. No, they're staying in this very wispy, airy lightness of being. So they're trying to take you into joy and lightness of being. So hopefully that gives you a little insight there, Lisa. And I guess let me see if I can get a name if they want to have a name with. So let's see. It sounds so silly, but what I'm hearing is Inga-ring-a-ding, Inga-ring-a-ding. It's like a sing-song. It's about getting really playful, childlike, playful, and returning to magic. Inga-ring-a-ding, Inga-ring-a-ding, and making a playful, childlike song out of it, Lisa. So run with that. I hope it brings you something powerful and beautiful. Let's see, Crystal Golden, I'm going to go into you next. Just checking the line here to see who has joined us. Hello, Sue. Hello, Maria and Lori and Jetta and Lexi. Hello, Lexi. Yes, Lisa's working on finding her joy. Perfect. Well, they are there with you. Inga-ring-a-ding. As silly as that sounds, they're using that. All right. So Crystal Golden. Crystal. So Crystal, there is a female dragon working with you. It's like, I see the color of the golden sun, but then I see this tail fanning out into the salmon colors of a sunset, and a very soft purple stripe down her back. Not a stripe per se, it's just like a nice long marking down the center of her spine. Yeah, very much this sunset energy she's showing. So what I'm hearing, this is very interesting, I'm not familiar with this realm. She says I'm coming from the realm of the setting sun. but out to the west where the ancestors live, I carry much information for Crystal. I'm here to help her look into her roots, into her past, her ancient historic lineages, because there are secrets there that are helping her right now on her path forward and finding her way through the trees. So it feels like you're on a search or a quest of moving into something, and that she's here to help you move through the trees and access those ancestor lines, access that historical information. Her name? Agriami. Agriami. It seems almost hard to pronounce, but there's a lilt to it that you'll fall into in pronouncing it over and over again. That when you call her in, you'll feel her come in on the back of your right side. And she'll move, I feel her moving as if to show me, she'll move up the right side of your back. And you'll feel her almost like trying to curl around your head. So hopefully that will give you the connection, know that she's there. And I feel like she's doing that. I don't know if you sleep on your left side, but I feel like she'll be doing that sometimes as you go to sleep, to take you into a sleep state, connecting with your ancestors. So I hope that helps. Crystal, gives you a little insight into your guide team right now. And I'm going to do one more. Let's see, is there anybody live here that hasn't had one that was requesting one? Is that Loretta Brown? Oh, no, Londa. Hi, Londa. Gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. And let's see if there's anybody on live. Yeah, you feel her energy very strongly. Beautiful, Crystal. Hello, Manuel. All right, Manuel, I was going to say, if there's anybody live, let me know. You visualize them with three birds singing a song. That's beautiful. So it's making sense to you. Tell you what, Lexi, I will put you down on the list. If I don't have time, I'm going to do Manuel right now. Good to see you. I know Manuel is back in East Coast time zone. So let's just tune in quickly for Manuel. Manuel, you have a very strong team of 3 guides with you right now. There's a masculine who's presenting first. He's first and foremost ready to step forward with you. He's here to crack open your wisdom center. He's here to crack open your mind, that you've been lost in the higher wisdom centers, getting stuck there, getting stuck in mentality, getting stuck in world limitation of mentality and potential and possibility of what's available outside this realm, what's available outside the 3D parameters. So you've probably been on a quest for a while to try and expand into, all right, what's beyond this thing that I see right here? I see this pillow, it's physical, it's right there. What's beyond this veil, though? I feel like that's what you're working on opening into, and that he is here to help crack that open, to crack open your higher perspective, abilities of potential, possibility. It's more than just out of the box thinking, it's out of this realm thinking. There's a lot of, you know what, since last week with this big world meditation that we did, the word quantum field has been coming in a lot. There's a quantum aspect to where you are heading, Manuel. So I'm hoping, I'm glad this is resonating. You're a bit locked in. It's almost like having your mind caged in, needing to expand. So he's here to help break the cage off, because you have the ability, once you remember more of your truth, you know, okay, perfect. Once you remember more of your truth, there's so much in the quantum field that you actually have the capacity to understand, which a lot of people don't, because there's some really higher mental process thinking that goes on there. But where you come from, where you emanate from, it's your most natural aspect, but it's been shut down by your growing up process here, and he's here to crack it open. So he is, and there's a team of 3. They're going to reveal one at a time when you're ready to work with him. He is yellow predominantly. He's got minor orange markings, so I'm just double checking if he's in the air dragon lineage. Yeah, he's definitely, he says I'm closer to the copper dragons, but yeah, it's right in between those range. So he's coming from a space that's between the elemental air dragons and the copper dragons of Orion, or the copper dragon of Orion, Maslow. He's in that lineage. So that's definitely the one that works with your wisdom center, your wisdom line, and accessing that higher perspective. So beautiful. And his name, I'm hearing Balto for short. It's like Baltimore. He's got a really long, like several names. Baltimore Crucensus. And it goes on from there, but he says Balto. Call him Balto. All right, so just because you're on, Lexi, I hope you're still listening. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple minutes just for you, because I love doing these. They're so much fun, and you know that you can expand if you end up needing more information, or you know others that want it. I do 20-minute readings, and then I do full 75-minute sessions with people. You're feeling a cool breeze between your hands, yes. So that air dragon copper lineage, they're going to work in that breeze sector. So feeling movement, feeling motion. When they're around you, you might feel swirling, you might feel vertigo, you might just feel like a wind, that when you're in a room with no doors and no windows, you feel a wind coming across you. And Maria Asensao. Maria, I'm going to put you down on my list for next time, because sometimes even if you're not on live, I record them and then tag those people in the video. So yeah, Balto, I know it. Crescensis. I'm just going to write that down because it is a sweet name. All right, so Lexi Victoria, tuning in really quickly for you. Ooh, purple with like a cobalt to teal blue highlights. Very much in the purple to blue spectrums, coming from the rainbow realms. Coming in fully merged, male and female androgynous being. You'll know when they're working masculine or feminine. You might have been feeling a lot of, I don't know how psychic you feel you are at this moment, whether clairvoyance or things have been trying to open. Feels like she's here to work on opening up. Most people don't realize that most of the openings for all your clairs are in the 5th chakra, through the throat and the inner ear, and all this region in here is where all the openings are, physically and energetically. So she is here to help open those, to bring in more access to those, to help you remember and connect to. So you might feel a lot of the rainbow realm beings around in her presence. She's bringing like a lot of friends with her. It's funny because she's fully androgynous, but I'm feeling her stepping forward right now. Sharina May Char. Sharina May Char. You can use any of that shortened, Sharina for short. But don't be surprised if you're feeling a lot of pressure or sensations here. You've had a lot of sinus things going on and throat. Yeah, absolutely. Because she's trying to, when higher energy comes in and we're focused on that expansion, the physical body has to catch up, just like I talked about. Yeah, Jason, good to see you. Earlier in the live about the energies over the whole week. When all the energetics is happening, she's trying to move through and help clear and open some of those. The physical side effects of that are going to be sore throats and sinus infections, a feeling of a swelling of the lymph nodes, any of that kind of thing through this region. And it will move out fairly quickly. You don't have the flu, you don't have a virus. It's just this energetic that needs to move out. So anything you can do to rest your body and help it release that. And then pay attention, because she wants to meditate with you and help give you insight into actually opening those more directly. because you do have some strong psychic gifts that you're ready to start cracking open. Feels like you were very intuitive as a kid as far as like visual, seeing things, seeing fairies, seeing unicorns, seeing Pegasus or those kind of beings from the rainbow realms. And it's never really left you fully, but you've sort of put a lid on it for a little while. Yeah, so you've put a lid on it for a while and it's time to open up to again and allow, just like Manuel, allowing that greater perspective of what's beyond the veil. This is about allowing those beings to actually be seen by you again. And it's not, it's like very thin to get that open again. So that explains a lot. Yes, awesome. All right, so I'm going to quit there today, guys. I could go on for hours, of course. It's super fun, and I have a long list of people that have requested in the past, so I'm glad I got a few of them checked off. I'm glad I got some new ones in there. Manuel and Lexi, thanks for being on today. And watch for the lives, because you never know when I'm going to do these. And if you need any information about Tibet, Sacred Tibet with the Dragons is coming up September 5th to the 18th. This is the time to get good airfares. This is time to get all our stuff in so that we get the trains and the flight itineraries that we want. And it is happening. It's an incredible group coming together. And if your heart, you know, if Tibet's not your thing, you've never felt that call, then of course you wouldn't respond. But some of you out there listening are feeling that heart pull and going, ooh, what'd you say about Tibet? I've always, you know, there's been something about Tibet for me for years, and it might be a dragon connection that is finally your time on a soul contract to be there to help open these portals and awaken these dragons that are in the land there. There's a lot going on many levels that the whole group that gets to go will hear more in depth about. So have a great week, and let me know how I can be of service. Reach out. I've got discovery calls, sessions, programs. I have the Dragon program. I'm going to be starting to line up the next group because this current group is moving into their second half of the Way of the Dragon Heart come August. We also have the next book club lined up already. It's July 25th to August 29th. That's always a great introductory, inexpensive way to get into more of the dragon work and a collaboration with a group energy. And I tell you what, it's so much more than a book club. Everyone will say that when they've done it. There are people that have done it multiple times. Because it's a small group, 10 people format, and the discussions are off the charts, where sometimes we discuss the book, sometimes we go off on subjects that are connected to the dragons and metaphysics and energy that are just there and present. It's super fun. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I do keep a list, a short list to notify first before I go public with the next dates. And if you know you're potentially thinking about it, then I'll notify you first for one of those 10 spots. So have a great day, everybody. Always good to see you. See you next week. Bye.